Let's just go into it. So, Jonathan Majors, ladies and gentlemen.
Jonathan Majors.
What are we talking about?
Well, this is a black cloud that's been hanging over Marvel for the majority of 2023 that finally got its grim, no pun intended, conclusion.
Definitely intended.
With everything they have going on, this was definitely the biggest thing that was hanging over their head, and they finally got the answer that maybe they need to how to proceed to move forward.
Well,
So
you say that like they didn't know what the answer was, and they knew what they were going to do. They were just waiting for the right
absolutely.
moment.
Well, now it's
and-
official.
Exactly, and so yeah, I mean, basically, like the verdict came out. He's
Yep.
he was guilty on 1 of 3 charges.
Right, yeah.
No, 2 of 4, but those
Oh,
2
2.
were like the minors, essentially. He got acquitted of the larger
Yeah, well,
charges.
long story short, all the evidence that came out, the text messages, the videos, all that stuff, it painted him enough in a light where Disney said, "We are done with you."
Yeah.
I
Also, like I think it also needs to be said too, like the amount of time that it took between hearing the sentencing and then getting like the official word. It wasn't even like 24 hours later. It was official.
it was 24 minutes later.
No.
Because I saw the first that he was guilty, and then like a half hour later, I feel like I saw a
No,
headline saying that
no,
he
it was
out.
it
Totally
was
the next
longer
day.
than that.
Totally
yeah.
the next day.
No, it was the same day.
No, it was not the same day. I
No,
felt
it-
like it was at least maybe not
This
a
came
full
out-
24 hours, but maybe like the next morning or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't this happen yesterday?
Yeah, and he got fired today.
No, he got fired yesterday. No, it came out yesterday.
I
It
didn't
came-
know we were back in the time stream for this.
No,
space.
guys,
So-
it came out yesterday.
So
It really, yeah, it came out around the same time. I told you I was watching it
So
on news, and it came out. They didn't waste a single moment.
Regardless, it is essentially whether it's moments later, less than 24 hours later, because sometimes things like these do take a bit of time. Sometimes a week, sometimes a month for like a company to make a decision like this. Yeah, no, exactly what Spade just said. Essentially, you're out, you're gone, goodbye. We do not need you anymore. Which is extremely sad because this man was the linchpin for everything to come together, for us to get our nice little present wrapped in a bow. And now we're getting coal for Christmas. Well,
he was essentially going to be the Thanos of this era of the MCU.
Mhm.
And
The multiverse Thanos.
yeah, the multiverse Thanos.
Saga.
Yeah, the time Thanos, if you will.
and due to real life, deep troubles, what direction does Marvel go from here, guys?
So we literally just jumped from them saying, instead of calling it the Kang Dynasty, now we're going to call it Avengers 5, which was immediately I couldn't wrap my head how fast they did that.
well,
You had to do that
Yeah,
because
you had to, but like, okay, it was also talked about earlier, and I don't know how true it is, but there were rumors at least going around, and I think we mentioned it last time we talked about this, that it was in his contract specifically that only he could play Kang.
But if you're fired, loophole.
Yeah, exactly.
There had
and
to have been a backdoor, like
I-
clause or
I
something.
A
hope
moral
so.
clause,
Yeah.
maybe.
I hope so. But if we're just reading off like what I just said, your entire end game, no pun intended, is down the toilet.
Well, we're getting conflicting. The only thing official from Marvel and from Disney and Marvel is that he's gone. Whether the Kang Dynasty name for Avengers 5 or it's going to be Avengers 5, that's TBD at this time. So we don't know if the Kang characters going to stay on board and they're going to go in that direction with a new actor, or they're going to pivot to the rumor new villain of Doctor Doom.
So there is a rumor out there too that they are indeed going to continue somehow with Kang. It's just
Thank
maybe they're
God.
not naming it the Kang Dynasty, and they're using this as another opportunity to, with all the other movies and shows that they've been redoing, reshooting lately and delaying. This is just going to be another one on the list. So, I think they're just using this as an opportunity to maybe say, like, let's just give them a different story entirely and do it better than what we
Or-
originally had.
Or I got a better idea.
Oh boy, here we go.
We all saw Loki, right?
Yeah.
And what happened in Loki?
Yep.
I don't know, Spade. What happened in Loki?
Let's think, right?
Mhm.
In Loki,
Yep.
we saw different versions of Loki.
Yeah.
Loki as an alligator, Loki as an old man. Even Sylvie is a Loki.
Right.
So that means that you can have a different person
So-
acting as.
So what
Kang.
you're suggesting at this moment right now, what you're suggesting is that Kang could just
Recast.
come in as a variant.
No, it's not even a variant.
No, no,
Maybe
that-
Loki
they were the
Kang variant.
variants, and we didn't know about it.
Exactly what I just said.
Sure.
Yes. Pretty much exactly that. So just like, oh, turns out I was the real Kang the entire time. Woo, fooled you.
And I-
Essentially,
and-
that's what you're saying.
Yeah, why not?
And
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, actually, we're experiencing the worst that could happen.
Right, but it's a dumpster fire show. I mean,
Not
saga. The saga is a dumpster fire so far, right? So you got to figure out a way to make it better.
you do have to try to find a way to salvage what may or may not be able to be salvaged. But actually, now this brings up a bit of a point. Who would we get?
Oh, I got this.
Oh no,
You ready for this?
no, I'm not.
John Boyega.
Nope. He actually already
I know.
already
but
said
that's what I would choose.
Oh,
Guys,
okay, so we're
you said
fan casting.
we're fan casting.
So we're
right?
fan casting.
Yeah.
Okay,
John
all right,
Boyega.
that's fine.
That's
fine.
who I would pick. I know he hates Disney.
Yeah.
He's had the problem with the Star Wars situation. that
rightfully
he-
so.
he wasted no time in putting out a tweet saying no, that it's not ever happening.
Okay.
He is done with that.
Actually, Spade, that name actually crossed my mind too.
Okay.
I pictured him if they stayed the route of a younger actor, and he somewhat resembles Jonathan Majors. I think he could pull it off. He's that good of an actor. I know for now he's shooting it down. He put out, supposedly he responded to a fan tweet with a gift that said nope or nah, not for me.
Yeah, but how many times have actors
I know.
said,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not in this movie. I'm not in this movie.
Andrew
No, I swear to you guys, I am not in this movie. Those were photoshopped images of me in the movie.
Looking at you, Andrew Garfield.
I was about to say, I see you, Andrew Garfield. I see you on the other side of the screen. You lied to us.
You were
I'm
not-
so happy that you're in it, but you lied to us regardless. Anyway, Johnny, what say you?
John David Washington.
Really?
Denzel's kid. Yeah,
Denzel's kid.
Who we saw in recently The Creator, Black Klansman, and Tenet. I think he was in. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
I will say he usually has a beard going on, so people
Yeah.
might not think right away that he would make a good recasting. But he shaves that beard off. I could totally see him being
Listen,
having a good transition off from.
listen. At one point, none of us had beards. Okay, so
I'm just
Speak
saying.
for yourself. I was born with facial
The
hair.
resemblance is
I
there when he
believe it.
shaves, is all I'm saying. So I think he could work, and he's a great actor too.
All right.
So
Pancakes. You got a different name, or
Can
you
I te-
stick
can
with
I- Can I tell you who it should not be before I say who I want?
who should not be?
Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
If we're gonna name people, not
he's a little, he's a little
Eddie
too
Murphy,
old anyway.
definitely.
Sure.
Not Will Smith.
He's also a little too
1000%.
old, but yeah.
One-
Yeah, he's a little too old. Plus, he also has his own share of controversy within the past couple of years, and Disney definitely wants to stay away from him. I mean, not to the level of what Jonathan Majors went through, but still, so, I know he has superhero history. He has big franchise history. But yeah, he's in his 50s, so I just hope it's not him. But
It's definitely not him. I mean,
So-
they're not doing Aladdin 2 because of him.
So what you're saying is keep your hands off my franchise.
another actor I'm thinking of, and he's in house, and he was an absolute scene stealer in the Galaxy of the Guardians 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians 3.
Thanks
see
for
what I
thinking
got?
of me.
You see what I got to deal with over here? Go on, Pancakes. What do you got?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The actor that played the High Evolutionary, and there were rumors that he is a Kane variant. And keep in mind, Kane doesn't affect just Earth in the multiverse.
He affects all of time.
I-
That's everything.
So if they want to keep him in house and say, he's a Kane variant and have him take over, and I'm sorry if I butchered his name,
Oh, I can't wait for this.
John
Try to say it without laughing.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Woody. Cage, you want to take this one?
No, I don't. I want to watch you squirm.
Do it.
All
come
right,
on.
so okay, the
What's
High
the-
Evolutionary.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, you butcher a name.
I butcher a name.
Yeah.
Trolls come for me in the comments. So
Well, listen.
the incredible actor that played the High Evolutionary in Guardians 3.
If we're talking about
No, no.
in-house people
No,
in-house.
no. Hang on. Can I have a turn first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Because Pancakes beat me to it in the sense of going in-house. But I want to go further back. And I understand no one is going to agree with me with this.
Oh, I know exactly who you're going to say right now.
Okay. All right.
I might have an
Go
idea.
for it.
Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. For this role specifically, and that's it. Terrence Howard.
Oh
I
my
knew it.
God.
Terrence Howard.
How did I
Next.
Listen.
Next.
Tell me it'd be bad.
Maybe next time.
Tell me
Yeah.
it would be bad. Tell me it would be bad. Honestly.
There's so much. There's better ones.
Wow. Also, I
Listen.
didn't know we had a chirp. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have that effect.
Now this was
okay,
a great
no.
first chance to use it.
Yeah. Why would that be bad though?
Because again, he's too old. B, he doesn't look that much like Jonathan Majors. I feel like his acting style isn't the
cares?
same. He just wouldn't be.
Again, if we're going off the basis of like, oh no, this guy wasn't Kang, it was me the entire time.
I'd rather him come
Woo!
back as an alternate universe roadie.
No.
Like he just.
Listen. It
But
could,
my in-house number 2, I guess number 3
oh, okay.
would be if Blade doesn't happen to work out, because clearly
Ali.
that's been a very troubled
Oh,
movie.
God.
Marshall Ali, I mean, hey, if you're really having trouble with that role, I would ask Kevin Feige if you can shift over, because I think he would do a really good job.
Yeah.
I mean, I can picture him in the role too.
And in Big Grimm's with Johnny's piggybacking off for Big Grimm's point, but
Mike's
Marvel
not here.
actors playing other roles is nothing new. I mean, there's rumors right now that Mads Mikkelsen's in talks to play Doctor Doom, supposedly. That's not confirmed, but even though he was the main villain in Doctor Strange 1, and Gemma Chan was one of the villains in the first Captain Marvel movie, but then she had a big role in the Eternals. So it is certainly possible. There's so many options, assuming the Kang character staying intact.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I think that with the High Evolutionary, like we just got him. So it's just like
Yeah,
people
he
would
is,
instantly
very
recognize him
fresh.
like, hey, wait, isn't that the other guy in purple from the other Marvel movie we got the same year?
That is
So
no. Johnny
I
is
know.
incredibly valid with what he said. He's far too fresh, which means Terrence Howard coming in
Oh
to
my
play.
God.
All right. I'll drop.
Okay. Maybe we're all thinking about this all wrong. What if
Oh no, here we go.
he's not black? He's white, or he's Asian,
Oh, boy.
or he's, I don't know. It could be anybody at this point because
listen,
We-
the multiverse rules have shown
Exactly.
that it literally can be
Right.
anybody. We
Yep.
can have an alligator for all we know.
hey,
So
Look,
I would be so down
you got
to have an
Spider-Man,
alligator.
right? Spider-Man is played by 3 different people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
Loki, who's been played by 5 different people.
Well, if we're looking at Sony too, then 4 different people. But
Well, here's a
Miles
Uh,
Morales. Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah,
Anyway,
true. Well, he's
But
animated, but
that's not Peter Parker. That's
Regardless.
Miles Morales.
regardless, you said Spider-Man.
Yes.
anyway.
Regardless, though, yeah. So we have picks at least like fan casts, but Pancakes also brought up something too, of the sense of what if they don't even go with Kang at this point, and they have no. Yeah, let me finish. Because they have also said, well, there have been rumors, I should say, that they would just scrap Kang completely and then just put in Doctor Doom as the big bad. Which I would be so against for this
Yeah.
because Doctor Doom deserves an entire phase to himself as the big bad.
No. I disagree. He doesn't need an entire phase. He needs an entire saga.
That's the same
No.
thing.
No.
The whole
I
saga, no,
agree
you're right,
with what
you're right.
Spade is
The
saying. No,
Infinity Saga
because
was
he-
4 phases.
Yes,
right,
exactly.
right.
No,
Yep.
I agree with Spade. He does need more than that because as much as I actually don't really want to admit, Doctor Doom isn't my favorite villain. Kang is actually like my favorite
Really?
saga villain. Yeah. And to see this to one of my favorite villains is tearing me apart, in all honesty. But Doctor Doom has never been my favorite, but at the same time, Doom commands respect, and he definitely has mine.
Thing is with Doom, I mean, we may or may not see a glimpse of him in the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out in a couple of years or so.
Which would be
but
so dumb.
and my first thought when when that rumor came out yesterday or today rather, that they took away the Kang Dynasty moniker from Avengers 5 and right now we're just calling it Avengers 5, I was like, what if they're making it a Doom led a villain led movie and he's gonna have a bigger role after Fantastic Four and they're changing that up. So I mean, if they do it like that, it would still kind of suck, but it would be better than just him appearing out of nowhere in Avengers. But
Yeah, but like to make your
Fantastic Four,
to make your debut essentially to at the end of a saga.
I agree.
Because that's what it's supposed to be. Would be not smart. I don't think that would be like the way to debut someone.
I agree.
I mean, like, okay,
He needs his own movie.
he
Honestly.
does.
Actually, you guys are wrong because Thanos was introduced in the first.
Thanos
No.
is different.
No.
How is he different?
He's
For-
very different.
Firstly, I get what you're saying with that. No, he wasn't. He was introduced in Avengers, and
Right.
we've seen
In a
snippets
post-credits
of,
scene.
and we've seen snippets of him throughout the entire thing. He has been an ever-present threat to the audience, not the characters, to the audience, and we've seen him this entire time in all these final credits saying we knew he was coming, and then we got Infinity War, and we were blown away.
Right. So who's to say that at the end of the Fantastic Four movie we don't see?
No. We don't need to see Doctor Doom popping out, cape flowing, saying, I'm here to ruin everything because Doom commands it. No, we need to see him before that. I don't want to see him debut at the end of a saga. Like I just said, the saga should be the wrap up
Okay.
to everything happening.
All right.
I still feel like at the end of the day, since they've gotten this far into the multiverse saga, they should just stick with Kang.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They have to. They should.
They should, and they have to. I agree with that. Guys, for once, we're all in agreement with something.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? There's already so many layers to everything that they're trying to fix with the MCU right now. The last thing they need is to scrap the entire plan that they had for this, the next two phases, and say we need to have a whole new, Thanos level villain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both Kevin Feige and Bob Iger are willing to save a few hairs on their head to to not do that. So I think we should be safe. I would be so shocked if they said we're getting rid of Kang. Enter Doom, and I'd just be like, oh, like that. I think that would just show a lot of weakness on their side because it would show that they don't have a lot of control over or really a good head on like what they want to do or have anything planned to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would be really shocked if they did that.
I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, and I don't know if I would actually follow through with it, but I think if they did that and they just decided to divert and go straight to Doctor Doom, I may be done with this franchise.
I think a lot of people would. I might be too because it's enough disappointments and back and forth. I mean, they're not at DC EU levels of horribleness yet, but that would be a huge step forward towards it.
Keyword yet.
Yeah, I'm saying that if they were to do it, that would be a huge step forward towards failure.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just throw out one more potential theory? I don't know if it's going to happen. From one thing Screen Rant said, instead of what if one of the variants wasn't a man, it was a woman?
Kanga.
And from
Kangalina.
from the Loki series, the character of Ravonna Renslayer took over the role, that particular actress, because she's associated with He Who Remains, a Kane
Yeah,
variant.
'cause that's his
And
girlfriend.
I think,
In the
and,
books,
Grim,
it's his
and in the
girlfriend.
comics, Grim, correct me if I'm wrong, she's a partner or a lover of Kang.
Yeah, his
That-
girlfriend.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
she was shown to be that in Loki season
So
two.
what if she's
Yeah.
revealed to
Slightly.
what if she's revealed as another Kane variant and she takes over as the big
But
bad?
then she wouldn't be a King variant. She would be
Renslayer.
Renslayer.
Kangslayer.
Yeah, it's just a theory I'm throwing into the wind too.
I'm taking over for Kang now. So
And and you have to remember too, one thing that's wrong with that idea is that the TVA exists outside of space and time. So like that Renslayer that we see, like that's she probably does have like another variant or so, but like the last we saw her, she was in the void.
Right.
She was gonna be
But
she was obliterated basically.
She was his partner in crime, and led the armies to fight the time wars until he wiped her mind. I don't know. It's just
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
Mm.
And that's how she's going to come back.
it's possible.
She comes back with the new king, the real king.
It's got to
Yeah,
be
for
Kang.
season 3.
It's got to be Kang. It's
Yeah.
got to be Kang.
We'll
You
see.
know what's so disappointing about this though, and it almost like mirrors Jonathan Majors like career is just that like he started off so strong
Mm-hmm.
at the character of Kang. I mean, like with He Who Remains and everything, and he just the way he ended out was just with a whimper. It was just he got taken out by
Yeah.
ants. He got beaten by Ant-Man, and that's how. If they were to get rid of him after that, like that's how he ends. You know what I mean? Like that's just
Oh,
like
no.
the expectations we all had of
And-
Kang
and
versus
his
what we would
out-
end up getting.
No. So here's a worse thing too with that, because correct me if I'm wrong. Beginning of the year, we all collectively, or at least Johnny and I said, "Yeah, no, this is Jonathan Major's year. This is his year.
Yeah.
He's going to do great things this year."
You guys jinxed him.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what happened.
We
brought it
probably-
into the
yeah,
that's
universe.
exactly what
No, but
happened.
genuinely, I'm so disappointed in
And,
like, what ended up happening because
and-
he was my favorite guy, honestly, coming into the year.
Yep.
And he was amazing as the Kane variant in Creed 3 too. You know, playing the,
saying,
playing
that-
playing the main villain in that.
Oh.
No, he had that.
We're
He had
back to this
Lovecraft
joke.
County. He had Devotion, that movie
Yep.
with Glenn Powell. Like he was coming in strong. And
He
then
was
he had
everywhere.
another movie that he was playing that troubled boxing fighter. I forgot the name of the movie, but I think that
movie was
movie
canceled
that movie might not even
Yeah.
be coming out anymore. Yeah,
because Disney owns it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Oh
definitely
my-
shell for
Wait,
sure.
really?
It's shelved for the time being.
yeah.
It was supposed to
absolutely.
come out December 2nd, I believe.
Oh my god.
Was that the movie he was playing a struggling bodybuilder?
Yeah, bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And like his
Wow.
issues hit a little too close to home, if you know what I mean. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just said,
Oof.
"Forget this movie."
When art imitates reality.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah,
So, yeah.
disappointing either way.
Yeah.
Listen, these are our thoughts. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Tell us, what do you think? Do we have a point? Is Johnny right or is Grimm right? Because it doesn't matter what I think, because you know what? I'm right.
And also in the comments, if they do decide to keep the Kang character, who should be recast in that role? You heard our suggestions. What are yours?
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah.
Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Yeah.